My 7-year-old daughter said she saw a zombie in our neighbor's basement. It looked exactly like a boy who went missing 3 years ago. My 7-year-old daughter Lucy came running into the kitchen yesterday afternoon screaming about zombies again. I was making tea and barely looked up because she's been obsessed with them ever since she caught me watching The Walking Dead last week. "Dad, I saw a zombie!" she yelled, bursting through the back door, almost tripping over the step. Its face was all pale and messed up and it was super gross. I sighed and put on my stern dad voice while stirring milk into my mug. "Sweetheart, what did we say about zombies? You know if you keep talking about them, Daddy's going to get in trouble with Mummy again. She's been doing this for days now. Every neighbor who looks slightly old or tired becomes a zombie in her imagination. But I really saw one this time, Dad, I swear," she insisted, bouncing on her toes. I turned to look at her properly. Her hair was messy and tangled, and her cheeks were bright red like she'd been running hard for several minutes. "Lucy, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to be completely honest with me. Have you been playing along the path out back again?" Her face went even redder, and she looked down at the kitchen floor. I already knew the answer. Lucy is allowed to play in our back garden by herself, but that's it. Sometimes, if she asks permission first, we let her ride her bike on the path that runs behind our house past all the neighbors' gardens, but nowhere else beyond that. This area is generally pretty safe, but these days you can never be too careful with children. There was a burglary just a couple roads over from us recently, and last year someone got mugged right on our high street in broad daylight. But what really made all the parents in our area more cautious was what happened 3 years ago. A little boy named Jamie went missing from a town about 20 minutes away from here. 8 years old with blonde hair and freckles. His photo was plastered all over the news for weeks. The police searched everywhere. They had helicopters flying overhead and search dogs combing through forests and abandoned buildings. They interviewed hundreds of people and followed up on countless tips from the public, but they never found any trace of it. No clothing, no toys, no body, nothing. The case went cold after about 6 months and Jamie's parents moved away. I remember thinking how devastating it must be to never know what happened to your child. "Dad, I only went a little way down the path, I promise," Lucy said, scuffing her feet on the tile floor. "I was talking to Mr. Peterson because I saw him working in his back garden. I said hello and accidentally made him jump. I relaxed a bit and took a sip of my tea. So Mr. Peterson was Lucy's latest zombie victim. Yesterday it was our postman Derek, and the day before that it was Mrs. Chen from 2 houses down. Mr. Peterson lives alone in the house directly behind ours, and he's got to be about 90 years old. Moles and age spots all over his face and skin that looks like a deflated balloon. Whenever we've chatted over the garden fence, he's always seemed nice enough. Just a bit lonely since his wife died a few years back. But I definitely couldn't have Lucy going around calling him a zombie. Listen, sweetheart, I know you didn't go very far or anything, but I really don't want you—" "I came right back after talking to him, Dad," Lucy interrupted with her big blue eyes looking up at me pleadingly. "I promise I did, and I even said no when Mr. Peterson offered me an ice cream because I remember you telling me not to take food from strangers." I paused with my mug halfway to my lips. "He offered you ice cream?" "Yeah, but I said no just like you taught me. Mr. Peterson really wanted me to come inside his house and have one, but I told him I had to get home to you." My stomach dropped. I didn't mind the neighbors having friendly chats with Lucy over the fence, but I definitely didn't like the thought of any of them inviting her inside their houses. Not without my wife and me being there. Not even if they were just kind, lonely old men trying to be nice. I made a mental note to go talk to Mr. Peterson later today and explain that wasn't okay. Politely but firmly. But then Lucy said something that completely changed everything. Something that made my blood run cold and pushed all thoughts of neighborly conversations from my mind. "Daddy, please don't stop me from playing in the garden anymore. I promise I won't sneak out past the fence again. I really don't want the zombie to get me." Lucy listened to me carefully. "I'm not going to stop you from playing in the garden, but you absolutely have to promise me you'll stop going around calling people zombies. Mr. Peterson may be old and wrinkled, but he's definitely not one of the living dead." Lucy frowned and looked confused. "I didn't call him a zombie, Dad." "What do you mean you didn't? You literally just ran in here a minute ago calling him one." "No, I didn't. Mr. Peterson's not a zombie at all. I saw the zombie inside his house, but it wasn't him." I put my mug down on the counter with shaking hands. "What do you mean, sweetheart? You saw someone else inside his house?" "Yeah, the real zombie, Dad. I could see it pressed up against his little basement window while I was standing in his garden talking to him. Ice cold fear shot through my entire body." "What did you say?" "It was really scary, Dad. Its face was all bashed up and bloody, and its mouth was hanging wide open like it was trying to scream at me through the glass. But you know what confused me the most about it? I could barely get the words out." "What confused you, Lucy?" "Well, I didn't know that kids could turn into zombies too. I always thought it was only grown-ups who became the Walking Dead. But the zombie I saw in Mr. Peterson's basement definitely looked just like a little boy. Maybe around 8 or 9 years old with blonde hair." The room started spinning. Jamie, the missing boy from 3 years ago. 8 years old with blonde hair and freckles. I looked at Lucy's innocent face and realized she might have just solved the most heartbreaking cold case in our area's recent history. "Lucy, I need you to listen to Daddy very carefully right now. I want you to go upstairs to your bedroom immediately and stay there until Mummy gets home from work. Don't come back downstairs no matter what sounds you might hear. Can you do that for me?" She nodded, looking confused and a little scared by my suddenly serious tone. The moment I heard her bedroom door close upstairs, I grabbed my phone with trembling hands and dialed 999. "Emergency services. Which service do you require?" "Police, please. I think my neighbor might be holding a missing child captive in his basement. Click here to see the horrifying truth of the zombie in the house."